You're listening to Mark of the Maker. Hey everybody, I'm Mark Steiner and you're listening to Mark of the Maker. This is episode 131 of the show, and we're going to talk about a topical sort of thing. We'll get to that in a minute. We have the whole gang with us this time. We have Mr. Sean Kendrick.
Hey.
We have Mr. Michael Birch.
Here.
And we have Mr. Tom Krein.
Hello.
So we'll take care of a little business first. First, we want to thank our friends on Patreon. Patreon is a way that you can support the show if you're a fan, a listener, an enthusiast, and you want to support what we're doing here. You can go to patreon.com, patreon.com, search for Mark of the Maker, and you'll find us there. And there's a way to pledge a couple of bucks each month if you'd like to do that. And we do some special stuff. We'll talk about that here in just a minute for the folks in our upper support tier on Patreon. Yeah, it's just a great way to support the show. Keeps some funding there for us to be able to ship mics all over the place. We're constantly doing that. And lately we've been turning mics over, so it helps with replacing equipment and other stuff as well. We had to replace some hard drives, and Patreon funds were a key piece of paying for all that kind of stuff. So thanks for all of our supporters. And if you'd like to join us, search for Mark of the Maker on Patreon.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And remember, rate and review. It's free and it helps a lot.
Absolutely. All right, you got one, Sean?
Yeah, I'm going to say hey to Josh and all of our friends at Paladin 33. They are the makers of the most high-end, awesome tactical nylon gear you can get. Right now, I'm checking out the Outback pack, which is just an awesome concealed carry pack. And I sent a link to you guys with the Omega Cordura version of that guy. And it's in the multicam Tropic. And man, tell me that is not just a hot fucking camo pattern.
That looks pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's a solid camo pattern on a great product. So, you guys know I enjoy the Outback, or as I like to call it, my magic murder bag. And really, with summer coming up and beach season just around the corner, they're kind of out of stock on them right now, but I'm sure that they'll be coming out with more totes. And their tote is your go-to for having all your shit together to hit the beach. So check out our buddies at paladin33.com and tell them Sean sent you.
There you go. Get your murder bag and your tote together. We're going to the beach.
Fuck yeah.
I keep one in the truck loaded up, and it's good to go for when I walk the dog. All my kids seem to have them too, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
I just can't wait for the fact I call it a magic murder bag to be used in a court case.
Great.
Yeah.
Opinions expressed by Sean Kendrick on this show are not necessarily the opinions of markofthemaker.com.
They're not even mine, really. The leprechaun tells me it.
Yes, right. That little voice in my head off in the corner.
He also tells me to burn things.
Michael, you got something?
Yeah. We'd like to also thank Arizona Custom Knives. You will have heard us talk about them over and over. They have a fantastic, back catalog of stuff they've sold, stuff they have for sale. It's just pretty massive. And they always have cool stuff that just gets added. I sent one to the guys. This is funky. A Stan Wilson large fighter in Damascus.
Oh, wow.
Like a fixed blade. They call it the Super Salami by Stan Wilson. It's a recurved blade.
Wow.
Yeah. Copper bolsters and a ram's horn scales that's got, all sorts of funky stuff. File work on it. Just a big old fixed blade. I guess made in 06. So, yeah, that's not something I would have thought would ever pop up anywhere. I've never seen anything like it.
Neither have I. That's like a reach out and touch somebody kind of fighter.
Yeah, that is not what I would expect from him. But, a great place. It's ArizonaCustomKnives.com. And if you use Mark of the Maker with an exclamation point or mark, you get some free shipping.
Yeah.
So hit them up, guys.
That's a cool piece.
It is cool. Funky.
Yeah.
Freak Falcata blade. I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, what does that fucking blade look like? And it's like a take on a Falcata.
Yeah. Okay. The super salami. After going to Katz's Deli in New York City, every time I hear the word salami, all I can think about is that sign in the Katz's Deli that says, send a salami to your boy in the army. I don't know. Every single time, man, I'm standing at the grocery store. That's in my head. Thanks, Katz's Deli. Tommy, you got something?
I do. I'm going to give a shout out to Billy and Nick's show, the Pacific Northwest.
Almost there.
I'm so close.
You're almost there.
Invitational, something invitational, custom invitational. Woohoo!
Billy is going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's a complex name.
Uninvited.
Wow. I am going to be there this year. That's the plan anyways. It's August 2nd. It's at Seaside. I would highly suggest grabbing some tickets when they get dropped. Who else in our group is going to be there?
I'll be there.
Mark? Just the two of us?
Michael says he's still trying to figure out a way.
Nope, I can't do it this
It's
year.
off the table?
Yep. Our annual camping trip is like that runs into it. So
Oh, man. Well, half of us will be there. Really looking forward to it. The website, if you can remember the name, it's just the initials. So it's pnwci.net. Pacific Northwest Custom Invitational. Be there or be square.
What are the dates, Tom, for the kids at home who aren't familiar? What are the dates that Birch can't make?
The one that I already said?
Did you say the dates?
Yeah, August 2nd.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
It's not dates, it's date.
It's a date. Yeah, so
A date.
August 2nd at Seaside.
All right.
Going to have a good time from everything I hear. And apparently the after show is epic too, so don't make plans after the show.
The after show is, in my opinion, every bit as good as the show.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Fun time.
Sounds awesome.
You'll enjoy it. A bunch of people you like are going to be there, Tom. It'll be good.
And a pre-show this year.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
A pre-show. Remember that? Mm-hmm.
Are we giving out sneaky information?
Shit, I didn't think that was sneaky. Is it?
Wow.
Scrub it. Scrub it.
So, all right.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll let folks figure that one out. All right.
Yeah,
Let the chips fall where they may.
there you go.
We also want to say thank you to our friends from Giant Mouse Knives. The boys over there have been very generous with us in supporting the show now for quite a while, and in providing some knives to give away. I think this episode probably will come out before we actually do the giveaway for the second quarter of 2025, but they're sending us 2 more knives to give away. One is an Ace Iona V2 in black linen, which is super cool. And they're going to send us a GM13 that we've talked about a couple times in recent history, that little Hawksbill with the Axis lock style thing going on. So we'll have a couple really cool knives to give away here in a little bit. And patrons will get extra entries for those, for that second knife. We'll have one that's for the Patreon folks and one for that's for the folks in our Facebook group. So thanks to Giant Mouse Knives for your support. We really appreciate y'all. I got an event I'm going to with them, and we'll talk about that more once that's passed. But there's a lot of cool things going on at Giant Mouse Knives. So
I love the blade shape on that GM13.
yes,
Really cool.
yeah, it's a nasty little guy. Okay, let's see. Sean, you're going to introduce the topic, right? This is kind of a different one. We haven't done this before. We've done picks episodes before, but we haven't done this kind of picks episode.
Yeah. You guys know me. I'm a sucker for the picks episodes. They're what I enjoy the most. And the only thing I enjoy more than a good pick episode is a good song. So why don't we just take some music about knives and make it into a fucking awesome picks episode? And I'm the guy who received all your guys' picks to make sure nobody doubled down, and we have some great music to talk about. pretty eclectic. Tom did a great job. He actually, there's one that's going to surprise you guys. It surprised me, and pleasantly so. And without further ado, let's jump into this motherfucker.
Did you just say Tom did a really good job?
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
He did. He claimed to not understand the assignment, but I think he was doing it for false modesty's sake.
Oh.
Oh, this one really threw me for a loop. It was a tough one. Everybody's like, Sean's like, get all your picks in, and everybody's in except for me until like yesterday.
And it was all part of an elaborate ruse, apparently.
A cunning ruse.
A cunning ruse.
No.
To be fair, I was sitting in a hallway just doing nothing, waiting for calling stuff to get over. So I had
Science
time.
Olympiad.
Yeah.
You were killing time. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess I'm going first here on Knives from Music. Let me send you a link. I think you guys are all familiar with this. Oh, that's not it. I just sent you. Here's the link. So I just sent you a YouTube video or YouTube link for a very old school song. Actually, older school than I realized. So this, this song, what I had in my mind was Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin, which is like a, 50s kind of time frame version of the song. And I had in my head that this Bobby Darin song was a Bobby Darin song. And I did not realize, I should have, because I recognized actually some of the other versions when I listened to them. Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin is a cover, and it actually goes all the way back to Germany, to a play, a German play written in 1928 called The Threepenny Opera. Or at least that's a translation of it. I'm not going to try to say what it is in German. So in Mac the Knife, looking for the words. I didn't have the words to send you guys, but you're familiar with it, I think. It's kind of this swinging sort of song from 1959 about a guy, Mac the Knife. Yeah. And it turns out, okay, so Sinatra covered this tune, Louis Armstrong covered this, a whole bunch of people have.
But it's Bobby Darin's song as far as most people are concerned. Yeah,
Louis Armstrong was actually he did it before Bobby Darin. He introduced it to America, and then Bobby Darin did it, and it became a big hit. The Sinatra one is like full-on Rat Pack swinging version, which is actually fun to listen to. But it's kind of a lighthearted song, right? When you hear Bobby Darin sing it, it sounds like a lighthearted song. If you read the lyrics, it's not that lighthearted at all. And the Threepenny Opera, Mac the Knife, is kind of like a Jack the Ripper sort of dude.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, where's the description in, I'm looking here. Overview. Okay, so this play, the Threepenny Opera, starts out, and there's a character called Macheath, or Mackie, or Mac the Knife, and he is kind of a bad guy, right? He's, I don't know. What would you describe him, Sean? He's like a man of ill repute about town. Like he's murderer, rapist, thief, bully.
A general ne'er-do-well.
Yes. And so the play goes on, and this song actually is in the very, very beginning of the play, in the prologue, and it's being sung by a minstrel in the street. And as the song ends, a very well-dressed man leaves the crowd and crosses the stage, and that's the guy, Mac the Knife. And I'll send you the German translated lyrics because I thought they were interesting. They're really similar to the English lyrics, but there's less punches pulled in the German lyrics. It says, the shark has teeth he wears on his face, and Mac, he has a knife, right, from the song. And it says, on a beautiful blue Sunday, there's a dead man on the beach. A person walks around the corner, which is called Macheath or Mac the Knife. There's somebody that's missing, lots of rich people that Mac has his money. Jenny Teller found with a knife in his chest, and off walking down the dock goes Mac the Knife, who knew nothing about everything. And then there's actually like, what does it say? And the underage widow whose name everyone knows woke up and was violated. Mackie, take your prize. So like, it's a pretty dark song, right? In the context of this play. So it's kind of weird that it became this, pop hit kind of thing.
Is that any reference to like Karl Dinky, the German, that play?
I don't know.
He was a German serial killer, animal guy that killed bunches of people in like the 20s or 10s.
Don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. But I'll tell you, the Wikipedia entry is quite lengthy. There's a lot of details. So you go look up the Three Penny Opera. It's been performed in English over the years and all kinds of stuff. I think it's a fairly well-known kind of production. But yeah, this goes all the way back to the 1920s.
Well, damn.
Yeah. It's kind of like I don't know if you'd call it a musical. It's more like a play with music. So there you go. Mac the Knife. It's not really a specific knife. So
very good.
Mission failed on that one, but at least it's about a guy with a knife who you should pay attention to. I think any version of the song suggests that.
It's a pretty fun rabbit hole to go down, actually.
Yeah.
Finding out the historical aspect of that, because it just keeps going back and back.
Right. Every time you like, oh, really? That person did it? Oh, that person did it? And before you know it, here you are in the late 1920s. So the Wikipedia entry is very detailed, which is nice because it tells it.
It goes back to 1728.
Oh, it does.
The Three Penny Opera is a reimagining of the Beggar's Opera from 1728 by John Gay.
Oh, look at you.
And Macheath is a highwayman in the Beggar's Opera, and he was based on a noted historical thief named Jack Sheppard.
Wow. Oh. Look at you. You went further down the rabbit hole than I did.
Dude, it just kept going. When you picked it, because I enjoy the shit out of that song. Actually, I like Under the Sea by Bobby Darin. I love that fucking song. Man, that is so good. But I digress. When you picked it, I was like, man, I'm going to listen to that. And then I listened to it, and I was like, I generally associate this song with being mobbed up.
Yeah.
But I bet you that it's considering, because I knew it was a little older than that. I was like, maybe it isn't all mob related. And I just kept reading and reading and reading.
Yeah, this is the description I was looking for. Set in Victorian London, the play focuses on Macheath, an amoral anti-hero who leads a criminal gang committing robbery, arson, rape, and murder. That is right up Sean's alley.
It says it's a critique on capitalism and lust and love and corruption.
Well, there you go.
So,
yeah, Mac the Knife. That was my first pick.
And an excellent one it is. Huzzah.
All right. Tommy, I think you're number 2 on this one.
All right.
With your fantastic, apparently, pick.
Yeah, the best of the biz of this, I guess.
Whatever. It's not true. So my first pick also is going to go back in time a little bit. My first pick is in the 16th century, they had some really weird table cutlery. I sent you guys a link. These are knives that were used for eating and possibly serving, but they also had like a musical, like, what is that called? Score engraved on it.
Yeah.
And you could like sing the grace or whatever before the meal. They would use these and sing grace, apparently.
Wow.
Called a notation knife.
Yeah. Pretty wild, right? I feel like I've seen something like this in the Met.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But yeah, really bizarre. When this came up, what? Michael's saying this is your pick?
No, that was one of my picks.
Oh, you picked it. It was on your list of potentials or something?
No, it was one of my picks. Sean, going to have to talk to you about this later on.
Oh, dude, I didn't know what the fuck you meant by that. I thought that was some weird song. Yeah, Tom sent me a link. I knew what he was talking about. You just put notation knife.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever that is, cool.
Oh, boy.
I got 2 picks.
Okay, I'll take the blame for it. I'll take the fall. I've been blamed for worse. I'll tell you what, I've got a bunch of picks sitting here. You want me to send you one?
No, I'm good.
I've got multiples. I've got a video queued up and lyrics to go with it and everything
Whoa.
that you can just have.
Wow.
Because I'm a caring nurturer. I'm not going to leave you in the lurch, buddy.
I don't need your pity.
I can give you this one if you want. I got one backup.
Wow. 16th century Italy called notation knives.
Yeah, pretty cool. I'm pretty sure we've seen maybe one of these in the Met, but when I saw that, I was like, that's pretty trippy.
That is neat.
Since both you guys did a little bit of research, why don't you just share and share alike now and inform Mark and I and kind of cure us of our ignorance?
Yeah.
Michael probably has more information than me.
No, probably about the same as you. One side would be a prayer. One side would have the song they would sing before, or the
hymn.
the after dinner. So you'd flip it over.
Gotcha.
So you would, on one side, you would sing, either the prayer, or the hymn, or whatever for the song, and then you'd flip it over and you'd have your little closing thing that you can read along.
And apparently there's like a modern choir that is singing some of these, and it's apparently pretty good.
Interesting.
I do find it really cool. Like also in the Met, I've seen some of the calendar knives and some of that kind of stuff. And I really love this type of knife. Like it feels like the blade is purpose made for this almost. Like it's bigger than needed. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a serving knife, but I don't know if everybody has one or if it's just like, one per table or something. I don't know.
Yeah, serving knife is what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, like, the calendar knives, they shoved a shitload of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they were extra big. This looks like one line of singing.
Right.
yeah.
So I kind of get it, but I'm also like, it's one line. So part of it's like, hey, look at me, I think. Look what I can make.
Yeah. You couldn't remember this.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
very cool.
Each knife represents one part for a singer, so a complete set come together to create a harmonious chorus.
Yeah.
Interesting. One side's the grace, one side's the benediction. Interesting. I've never seen this before. I don't think I have anyway. Or at least I don't remember it.
Yeah. I had not.
I like it though.
Other than, I think I've seen one in the Met, but I didn't know what it was.
Right. So these are, I would agree, serving, carving knife kind of knives, super fancy, ornate for fancy tables, right?
Yeah.
Like,
If we're describing them for the people at home.
The front's weird.
Yeah. What's up with that little nipple?
I don't know if it's supposed to represent a book opening or the way they were set into their like box or set or whatever, but they all have that weird open book look to them.
like a triangle at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The snout of the knife has got this, it like does a funky taper to a point.
Yeah. No
curve.
clue on that one.
Yeah. Huh. It's like a super stubby clip point, but on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, look at you, Tom. You actually found a knife with music on it instead of a song about a knife.
We found it.
Oh,
I was going to say,
sorry,
to be fair,
yeah.
Michael did too.
Okay.
Apparently, Michael found it first. He did. Let's give credit where it is. He turned in sooner than I did. Good choice, Michael.
That was our choice.
Now, heap your ire upon me, not upon Michael. This is my fault.
No, I'm saying good job. I have no ire. You mistake.
Somebody
me.
with
I'm
a bunch of
lover.
ire would say.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Lover, not a fighter.
All right. Very interesting pick, Tom and Michael.
Yeah. Sean's next.
Sean's next. What do you got, Sean?
All right, man. I had a hard time with this just because I didn't know which songs I wanted to
Yeah.
use. I mean, there are so many good ones out there.
This is
And-
the thing where I thought at first, I'm like, how the heck am I going to come up with 3 that the other guys don't come up with? And then once I started digging a little bit, it was like, oh, snap. There's a lot of songs, right? Like
A lot.
if it's just, whether it's a reference or whether it's an integral part of the song or you're trying to send a message or it's like a feature, I don't know. It was surprising to me.
Yeah, there's so many ways you could have approached it, which I thought made it fun. It
Yeah.
gave it some legs.
Yeah.
And anyway, dude, I was like, I want to just do new stuff. And I kept going back and forth. And I was like, but Iron Maiden has so many cool songs that have Blades featured in them.
Yes.
How can I not? Because I would be remiss if I didn't have at least one Iron Maiden pick. So I'm going to lead in with Iron Maiden. And to be specific, I am leading in with The Duelists off of Peace of Mind.
Yeah.
And just a fantastic song and based on the 1977 movie The Duelist with Harvey Keitel and Keith Carradine.
Yeah.
And it's basically about 2 military officers dueling.
Right.
Yeah, I sent you guys a link to the video. I sent you guys a link to the movie info. And now I'm going to send you some lyrics, and we'll have a look at the lyrics once I get them sent.
Such a great song.
Oh, man. Well, okay.
Can you sing a little bit of it for us?
If you give me just a second to bring them back up, yeah, I'm not too fucking proud.
Sean is unafraid.
He threw down a glove. You made the mistake of picking it up. Now you're gone. The choosing of guns or fighting with swords, the choice of weapons is done. He'll tear you apart as soon as you start. You know you don't have a chance. Oh, fight for the honor. Fight for the splendor. Fight for the pleasure. Oh, fight for the honor. Fight for the splendor. Fight for your life.
Oh, man. Look at that. That's fantastic.
No, that was horrible. But now I will tell everybody I'm going to have YouTube links to all the music that I choose. I'm going to have it up before the episode drops.
Oh.
So as we go along, you can take your time, pause it, listen to the song, and then, be a little more informed when we discuss it. And hopefully you enjoy my picks.
I like that.
And now hopefully the next 2 will turn you on to some new music you may or may not enjoy. We'll see.
Right.
Michael will post links for my first pick.
Tom gets an assist.
Friggin' picks episode alley oop there.
Yes. This is a great song. I started listening to Iron Maiden in high school, and my wrist would go completely numb from trying to strum these to play these songs on guitar, because I required to go all downstroke pick strokes. None of this up down nonsense. I wanted to be super hardcore, all downstroke, and it was like, fuck, your hand would just like go away after a while.
Yeah, how do they make it through a concert?
Oh, yeah.
Like, for real.
Right.
It's amazing.
It is. Yeah, watch James Hetfield. He's really good at it too.
Man, I hate to give Metallica credit at this point because they don't need my kudos. But man, James Hetfield's one of the best rhythm guitarists
He really is.
that's ever stepped on stage.
He's a fucking monster.
He's a
gonna-
fucking beast.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to shit on Metallica, and I'm like, what? Why?
No.
No, dude, I'll shit all over them. I'll shit all over anything they've done after fucking Injustice for All.
Yeah.
It's not my bag, baby.
That's a solid point.
Yeah.
But now, okay, I enjoy their cover of Thin Lizzy's Whiskey in the Jar.
Yeah.
But that is more a credit to Thin Lizzy's songwriting capabilities. That song's just catchy as hell. Gosh damn.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, this isn't about Metallica. This is about Iron Maiden.
Yeah, who inspired Metallica. There would be no Metallica without Iron Maiden.
There you go.
But anyway, have you guys seen the movie The Duelists?
No.
I haven't.
I haven't either. I'm going to remedy that here probably within the next month because it looks, dude, Keith Carradine and Harvey Keitel.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I'm there for that, right?
Look at Harvey Keitel in those pictures. He's a younger Harvey Keitel. When was this? 1977.
77.
Okay, that explains it.
Before he got his dick out for Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah, yeah. Excellent pick, Sean.
Great pick.
And
And
man,
now
off
we
the
have-
same album, I was torn. Same album has "Sun and Steel," which is a song about Miyamoto Musashi.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
And man, just another solid fucking jam. Which, if you've never listened to "Peace of Mind," the album from beginning to end, just man, are you living?
Right.
Are you even alive?
A great one. One of the great ones.
It is.
Nice pick,
I dig
man.
it.
Very, very good. Michael, I think you're next.
Well, so
Sorry.
you guys know I don't like country.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of country, but I started looking around and stuff, and then I somehow came across like a Blade forums. They're talking about switchblades and songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know who cared about that, but somebody did. But it brought up one of the few country songs I do like, Country Boy Can't Survive, Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
with his. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life.
Nice. You're not
And
going to sing
then-
it like Sean. I'm deeply disappointed.
Not going to happen. But then we all love the spit some beach nut in that dude's eye.
Yeah.
So I do really enjoy that song. That and Devil Went Down to Georgia. My only two country concessions that I will.
Some of
See, I
Hank
like-
Williams Jr. stuff is pretty good. I'm not into country either, but yeah. I dig his stuff a little bit from back in the
Yeah,
day.
I didn't go full on, knife themed whatever. Just something with a knife in it. This was kind of hard for me. It was. I was like, I can't see music. How's that gonna work?
Yeah, but like you said, a lot of these lines are very, very iconic or like,
Mhm.
It was a difficult assignment Sean gave us.
Well, then after you had that big rabbit hole, I was like, shit. I think you just sang it. I don't think this is a cover of jack shit. Just it's about spitting some beach nut and fucking getting stabbed.
right.
Dude, that's why this works as a topic, though. You can come at it from all different directions, and there's no bad answer.
Yeah, just a single ne'er do well.
Yeah. Not a bad answer. Did you hear that, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay. I almost picked a country song, but I didn't. If it doesn't come up, we'll talk about it at the end. We've talked about it on the show before.
I can go ahead and tell you, bring it up, because nobody else picked anything country.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
Like the classic, the first one that came to mind was Guy Clark singing the Randall Knife.
Nobody picked it.
I can't believe it. I was for sure Tom would pick that. How did you not pick the Randall Knife song, Tom?
I probably never heard it. I don't listen to country music.
You haven't heard it?
What?
It's called The Randall Knife. It's by Guy Clark. You would probably dig it.
Guy Clark is
Never heard of it.
a
Me either.
fantastic artist.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you've not heard my last pick, Mark.
Okay.
Maybe not heard of the band.
All right. That's fair.
Okay, since we're talking country, I'm going to throw out a country pick here real quick. Call this the bonus round,
Oh.
but Colorado Kool-Aid by Johnny Paycheck. If you haven't heard that one, it ends with a fella getting his ear cut off.
Wow.
And the line that next time you feel like spitting some beer in some feller's ear, why don't you just spit it in your own?
Okay.
Colorado Kool-Aid by Johnny Paycheck. If you haven't heard it, it is super fun.
Check that out.
And it's about sitting and drinking Coors beer and some fucker starts trouble.
Yeah. Well, I sent it to you, Tom, the Guy Clark tune, Randall Made Knife. I've seen this done a bunch of different ways. I think there's like I've seen it performed where I'm pretty sure it's Guy Clark, although other people have covered it, right? Vince Gill's covered it and some other people. Where he's like sitting on a stool and it's like total storyteller thing with a real dark background. And But there's the lyrics. My father had a Randall knife. My mother gave it to him when he went off to World War II to save us all from ruin. Now, if you've ever held a Randall knife, you know my father well, and if a better blade was ever made, it was probably forged in hell.
I like that.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Randall comes up 2, 3, maybe 3 times in the first verse.
See, I just want someone to write a song about one of my knives. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen, but it'd be cool.
The Secant knife.
Mhm.
Snoopy.
Oh boy. All right.
All right, I got my homework.
Are we through round 1?
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
And bonus round. Early bonus round.
I like it.
Okay. I'm going to send this one, and I know one of you is super familiar. Both you other guys have probably heard this song. If you haven't, this is an absolute ripping song called Burial's Blade by The Sword. A band that Sean turned me on to long ago. Fantastic band. He was picking up what I was laying down, super guitar heavy, and yeah, just a killer song. Now, I read somewhere when I was trying to read a little bit about this song, I got the impression, Sean, that at least from some interview stuff, that, I mean, they bounce around a lot in fantasy sort of stuff, it seems like, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I heard, or I read something somewhere where somebody hypothesized that this was about Conan's sword, the father's sword, which I could see wrapping this around that, but...
Yeah. It's not that hard to shoehorn that one in.
Right. But yeah, the lyrics, there's not a lot of lyrics in this song, actually.
Yeah, dude, that chorus. Bane of the demon lord, slayer of the spider priest, spiller of the silver blood.
Yeah, pretty killer.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Always kill the spider priest.
Right.
Always.
Yeah, with extreme prejudice.
Yeah. But it's very on point for our show. Forged by the crow mage from shards of darkness, honed by the half-breed to vorpal sharpness. And then that kind of, I don't know, what is that? Like the little baby bridge in there? Behold, the bastard's blade. Yeah, which a great song.
Fuck yeah.
So if you have,
I was going to use that one, but I was like, I'm going to see if Mark picks that.
Oh.
And you did, as I thought you might.
Yeah, I had to pick something from them. That was the obvious choice. I think you could pick plenty of other stuff from The Sword. I mean, the band is kind of in the name, right? But
especially off those first 2 albums that are just so fantastical. Yeah,
I'm going to listen to that tomorrow.
You should. Make sure you listen to it really loud.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, go grab that whole album.
I just downloaded the whole album.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Age of Winter's just a fucking killer album.
What? Now, hold on. You said it looks awesome. Like you've never listened to this album.
I have not.
Oh, dude, I'm kind of envious of you right now because you're going to be listening to this album for the first time. You only get to do that once, and this is a fucking stellar album.
It is really, really
I know what you're into, man, and you are going to dig this.
I sent Sean some stuff that I think kind of warped his mind a little bit coming from me.
Dude, I knew what. I pay attention to your playlists.
It's not all.
That's why I sent you the stuff I sent you when we started swapping shit back.
That's actually really good too. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
really
yeah. Well, that's what those guys are. What got me thinking on this as an episode thing, which I'll bring them up here in just a second. They're actually one of my picks.
Yeah. Good choice, Mark. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
Well, The Sword. I mean, you have to do something from The Sword in this episode. Knives and Music.
Yeah,
yeah, and I love like their album art is really cool. The fantasy album art.
Yes.
And for you guys listening, The Sword's first 2 albums, Age of Winters and Gods of the Earth, listen to those. Well, man, and you can't, the Warp Riders. The Warp Riders is fucking fantastic. Phenomenal, too.
Yeah.
Although instead of being fantasy, it's a sci-fi concept album.
Yeah.
And it hits on all cylinders. It tells a linear story. You can actually follow the fucking story. How many concept albums make you work super hard to follow what's going on? The Sword's like, nah, man, we want you to understand. We want you to have fun with this. And it's a linear story told from beginning to end.
Yeah. Very, very rock opera kind of style.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Oh, man. It would make such a great stage production.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, it would be beyond cool.
Yeah. What, Tommy, you're up next, buddy. What do you got? My mind is ready to be blown.
This one's not going to blow your mind. This is just a classic song. This is Bryan Adams' 1983 album, Cuts Like a Knife.
Yeah.
And their title song is, just classic. It has to be here. Everybody's heard this story about love gone wrong, basically. Cuts like a knife, but it feels so good.
Yep.
So, yeah, great album. I actually listened to this album quite a bit. And this song is, I've loved this song since the first time I heard it, way back.
It was a massive, massive hit, right? I mean, if you're of a certain age, you could not. It would be
Early
been impossible
80s,
to hear not to hear the song.
Yeah, mid 80s, you heard this if you grew up in that time period, and it was. I can remember having the cassette, and driving around, blasting through the speakers. It was great.
But and MTV, right? I think this was one of those songs that had a massive MTV presence. It was in super mega heavy rotation for a long time. It's
so crazy because, I don't know, growing up, MTV was awesome. I thought I loved MTV, and seeing where it is now, it's not even interesting.
Yeah, it's not like it was for sure.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, great song. Give it a listen if you haven't heard it. Pretty easy listen.
And Bryan Adams, Canadian guy, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you laughing, Birch, but I was pointing out that Tom was making multinational picks?
No, I don't think I laughed at all.
Oh. No, that was me laughing because Horton and I have a joke about Bryan Adams being the dude who invented Type Pussy when he came out with everything. When he came out with everything I do it for you. And I was just sitting here thinking this song came out before Bryan Adams invented Type Pussy. So I hope Horton's listening, buddy. I hope you got a chuck.
Good gosh.
Well, there you go. That says it all.
Because everything I do it for you. That was a panty dropper, man.
Yeah, for sure.
From the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves soundtrack, and Robin Hood Prince of Thieves had swords. So look, it is an apropos pick in a 6 degrees of separation sort of way.
Wow.
You know way too much about this, Sean.
Yeah, this is like Sean. This episode is Sean. I knew it would be, but
yeah, I did too.
This is Sean's shining moment in the sun.
Behold my autism.
Fantastic.
Love it.
That was on my list, Tom, and Sean's like, nope, you got to pick which 3 do you want? And I'm like, okay, someone's going to pick that for sure. So I will not. I'll go another direction.
I did not let you down.
Yes. Somebody did it. That's great.
Right.
All right.
Sean.
Speaking of Sean, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my next one, I'm sending you guys a YouTube link, and it is by a band that's new to me. And this song came out on their 2020 album. Let's see, called Ravening Iron, or Ravening Iron, as they pronounce it on the title track. And dude, they're just a fantasy metal band, kind of in the new wave of British heavy metal, Iron Maiden-y kind of mold, although they're considered new wave of traditional heavy metal, which is a movement right now in modern metal music, and actually a lot of good bands. But these guys are just fantastic. Eternal Champion, and the name of the song is A Face in the Glare. And man, basically it's about a boss battle. This dude is going to fight this wizard, and he's fighting the wizard, and he sees the face of a god in the glare of his blade that this wizard has fucking summoned, and it's just a ripping ass tune, killer lyrics. The whole album, the whole Ravening Iron album is pretty.
Well, the whole Eternal Champion is an interesting thing too. Like I get into that a little bit with my next pick.
And I'm going to piggyback off of your next pick with my pick. We're going to 1-2 punch them on that one.
This
Yeah.
this album art is also pretty wicked.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going
dude,
to
they're-
say. Is this
Their album covers in general are good, but this album cover in particular is fantastic.
is it
it
not
has a-
Rosetta?
No, that is not Frazetta. I'm
Oh.
not sure who the artist is, but that is brand new artwork.
It
Interesting.
has a classic Conan feel to
It's
it.
super Frazetta-ish for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, it's got that pulpy
Yeah.
paperback
Pile of
Frazetta
skulls.
painting thing going on. Titties and skulls and dragons. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yes. Everything a man could ask for.
Titties and skulls.
Titties and skulls and dragons and snakes and shit.
Dragons, oh my.
Yeah.
Fucking great band name right there.
That's our shirt right there. That's our shirt.
Mark of the Maker logo with words going around the outside.
Yeah.
Which the whole album is,
And skulls and dragons, oh my.
yeah, well, I mean, dude, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But like the Ravening Iron, the song Ravening Iron, let's see, the chorus is, a city turned pyre by ravening iron, thousands of swords, no one can take them from me. Protected by fire, the armor of ire, thousands of swords, no one can take them from me. That's some fucking hard ass shit, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you read Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time
I have not.
series? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a city where
I know
there's-
I'm remiss in having not read it, but
well, it's an endeavor.
Yeah.
I've made it through all the way to the end once. I've started reading it about 20 times.
You had to, because when we started
It's
reading it wasn't finished. So when I was a kid, I had to reread like
Yeah.
the first
Same.
one, then reread the second one because the third one came out. You're like, motherfucker.
But those lyrics remind me of a city, a cursed city in that series.
Oh. Interesting. So check this. You probably knew this, Sean, but it says this gorgeous Ken Kelly artwork reminiscent of the best of Frank Frazetta, who is Kelly's uncle. So this is
No
Frazetta's
shit.
nephew, apparently.
no,
That's
dude, I
cool.
follow King Kelly on Insta.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And I mean,
Wow.
you know, the way the titties are done is a dead giveaway.
And the hair? Yeah, the whole thing. Total
But they're-
package.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know that Ken Kelly has passed in 2022?
Oh,
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. Must be his estates keeping it going like the Frazetta girls do. Check that out.
This is the only album by this group.
Really?
No, they've got another album,
I was going to say, I thought I saw another one. Oh, The Armor of Fire?
Armor
So
of Ire.
Armor of Ire. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry.
The
So
Armor of
it's in-
Ire. And
on
then they
Apple,
have an
it's the only
EP
one.
called Parallel of Death.
Oh, yeah. The Armor of Ire is like straight Conan cover.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And dude, oh, that fucking album rips too, but the Ravening Iron album is bad ass. God, it's so good.
This, it's a really interesting description you gave of this band, Sean. I've never heard them before, so I definitely going to add them to my playlist. But like the song starts, and like you said, throwback metal is the first thing I'm hearing, right? Like, okay, this is old
Dude.
school.
It's straight out of 84, right?
Oh yeah, and then there's like a hard wheelie guitar riff in the beginning, and it goes off for a little while, and then it just goes into some slogging kind of thing, right? I don't know. It's very cool. It's a nice combination of stuff that really works.
Dude's voice has power.
Yes.
He knows how to project.
Yeah.
And now check out this lyric from their song War at the Edge of the End. This death rides unheeded, a legion unnumbered, and we are but four. His army would claim every mortal, but my steel was old when death was young.
Nice.
Tell me that's not some hardcore shit.
Yeah. Metal as fuck, as we might say.
Hell yeah. Eternal Champion, folks. Check them out. If you dig that Iron Maiden kind of vibe, you like a little bit of majestic fantasy with your hard rock and metal, yeah, you'll probably dig this the most.
Yeah. Well done. And that was your pick, or that was Tom's pick? That was your pick.
That was mine.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Tommy picked Bryan Adams. Kind of the opposite.
they're not the same.
They are not the same.
Damn it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Excellent pick, Sean.
Thank you.
I like it. And I like your enthusiasm about it too.
Oh man, I have wore this album out.
Yeah. All right, Michael, round 2 pick. What you got?
Round 2, last one.
What?
Going with
Oh,
what's that?
because you already had one that got taken. I got it. Go ahead.
It got stolen.
The rug was pulled out from under you. Yeah, I remember.
Going
I did
with
it on
the
purpose. Fuck
Deftones.
it, I'm going to say it. I did it on purpose.
It was orchestrated.
Tom
So
said it, and I was like,
discontent.
you know what? Fuck Michael.
That's
Piss
right.
on him.
Wow.
I
Wow.
wish I was that duplicitous.
I
Damn.
see how it is. I see.
You knew how it was.
Episode 131 was the last episode of Mark of the Maker.
Don't play the victim now. I'm going to just gaslight the shit out of you.
Oh, boy. Hit us with what this is, Mike. Tell the kids at home what we're talking about.
Sorry.
Okay. Knife Party by the Deftones.
Yeah, baby.
I am a Deftones fan. This came out in 2000. The lyrics are, kind of semi-nonsensical as it happens to be. My knife is sharp and chrome, come and see inside my bones, which is pretty fucking cool. But people, thought it was about sexual, type of stuff, because it's, that's happens when you put knife shit in and stuff, but it wasn't. And oddly enough, it was named because of, or it came about because of an actual knife party that happened on their tour bus. Their drummer, Abe Cunningham, was handing out knives from his collection while they were touring, and it prompted this spontaneous knife dance party. And so they made a song about it, which really had nothing to do about an actual knife party, but that's what prompted it.
A knife dance party.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out.
But then I was just curious, I wonder what kind of knives that guy had. Were they some gas station knives that are just these are cool? Or were they did he have a real collection?
Yeah. So what'd you find?
I didn't find shit.
Ah.
Someone out there might know. Someone might be like, oh yeah, I've seen him at a show. Pick up a knife before.
What's the dude's name?
Abe Cunningham.
Abe Cunningham. All right.
Crazy that they're anemic. Are they? What are they doing with these knives? Are they not being safe?
I don't know. I have a feeling that like I said, the song had nothing to do with the actual knife collection or the party.
Maybe somebody got cut.
Yeah. I think they were let's make some weird lyrics and make it cool.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder, did you look at genius.com?
For
the
What'd
song?
they come up with?
I don't know. I'm pulling it up right now. Knife party, but spelled funny. Tell the kids home how to find it.
It's actually PRTY, Knife Party. I don't know why they did that, but it was also 2000.
Okay. Describe his knife. Speakers allowing his partner into his being, showing his inner demons. Oh. 3 main causes of anemia: excessive blood loss, excessive blood cell destruction, or deficient red blood cell production. So maybe that's part of it, about bleeding out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a rumor that he impaled himself on a knife when he jumped on his bed and there was a knife on it. But I don't know if that was true or not. So maybe they tossed that into it. Remember
Maybe
that
so.
you did that dumb shit?
You never know.
Yeah. And according to an Angel Fire thing, he collects knives like stilettos and stuff. So,
Oh,
yeah.
a discerning collector.
It could be, that could be anything from he had some microtext to, who the fuck knows.
I feel like everybody has microtext now.
Seems that way.
It used to be ooh, I got an automatic knife. How cool am I? And now it's you got to open that knife manually. Look down your nose.
Yeah, I think I talked about this before, but in Michigan, you couldn't buy a automatic knife up until very recent history, officially, legally. And so like I would go to the gun show with my buddy, and they had knives, and he liked knives, and that's when I got my first Emerson, my CQC7. It was a Benchmade CQC7, and there was a Pardue auto that I really liked, and I'm sure a Benchmade Pardue auto. And the guy behind the table was like, "Yeah, we can only sell those to first responders and military guys. You're a first responder?" And he's like nodding at me. "You're a first responder?" I'm like,
yes.
He's like, "Yep," hands me the knife. It's however many dollars. Yeah.
He's like trying to help you.
Gun show shenanigans. Yes, exactly.
Ours were pretty recent too, but
Is that
we
right?
can make them.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the end of round 2. All right. Let's do round 3. Last one. And then it sounds like maybe we have some, just going to go out on a limb here and guess that there's a few backup picks.
I have one.
At least in Sean's category. Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to do one. I'm only going to do one.
Only going to do one. Sean's resolving himself to only do one.
Sean, will you do your one in my spot? And we'll call it from both of us.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
I mean, I'll do it the way I would only do one when I was still using. Oh, one. Wink. Just one more and we're done for the evening. Ha, wink.
All right. My pick for round 3 is we would be remiss, I believe, to have an episode about knives and music and not have something from Wu-Tang Clan.
I agree.
So you could pick several. I went with Bring the Ruckus, which is a great song. They're constantly talking about Shaolin and Wu-Tang sword style. And there's some movie clips in here. I actually went and started to try to see if I could find some of the movies that these the samples came from, but I couldn't find them very well. Some of them are sort of obscure, but I will try harder. But the clip at the beginning of the song says Shaolin shadowboxing in the Wu-Tang sword style. There it is. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me? On guard, I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style. And then they fight.
I feel like I also went looking for where they sampled those from, but I have no fucking reason why I would have done that.
Yeah?
But I don't remember finding anything except something real obscure. But I have no idea why I would have done that.
I've read a couple different versions of where that specific sample comes from. There's a number of them in the different songs. They were all super influential to RZA and the other guys in Wu-Tang Clan. One of the movies they talked about is called Shaolin and Wu-Tang, 1983 Hong Kong martial arts film about a rivalry between two martial arts schools. Aren't most of those movies about rivalry between martial arts schools? Feels like
that way.
a common
but
trope in
it's
Kung
a
Fu
theme.
movies. Yeah. So I sent you another link that's the 18 Weapons of Shaolin. And I thought that was pretty fascinating because it talks about all the stuff that the Shaolin masters and followers of Shaolin, the monks, train with and have to learn how to use. And then there was some stuff in one of the articles I read that talked about how you have to like master. Oh yeah. For master status, it's essential that the artist specialized in at least one long weapon and one short weapon. To obtain grandmaster status, a kung fu artist must have a working knowledge of all the weapons, but is only expected to have two mastered. But there's some pretty cool ones. I think in the movie clip that I saw that was related to one of the Wu-Tang songs, one of the guys was wielding one of these tri-point double-edged swords, which is sort of, it looks like a pole arm sort of, right? If you open that picture, you can see there's actually a long staff that's attached to it. So I guess this would really officially be one of the long weapons, but pretty cool stuff. Sickles.
I always thought the monk's spade there was pretty cool.
That's rad. Super cool. Like big, Little crescent moon out on the end of a staff.
Yeah, and then that blade that's shaped, it's almost like a bell-shaped blade.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, I can see why it's called a spade. It does have kind of a shovel-y look to it.
It does, yeah. So there you go. Bring the Ruckus by Wu-Tang Clan. You kind of can't miss with that.
Kind of upset that I didn't think about that.
About Wu-Tang?
Yeah, that's a right in your face, pick right there. I didn't even come up.
Well, that's the thing that happened. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really hard. I don't even know what I'm come up with. I'll come up with something crazy like Bryan Adams cuts like a knife or whatever.
Interesting.
And then I'm like, oh, there's a whole bunch of songs. And then I don't remember. I think I was searching lyrics for the word sword, and boom, a whole bunch of Wu-Tang songs came up. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, the other thing I sent you was a clip, kind of a really bad clip, I think, that includes some of the samples from Bring the Ruckus. I'm just watching this clip. It's fantastic. I've been waiting here for you. I knew you would turn up. Sean's like going to get the popcorn right now.
Oh, dude, I was watching. I had to pause it. I was like, okay, I'm going to fucking get lost in this movie real quick, and I'm going to totally shit the bed on this episode. That was my idea.
Right. Too funny.
Dude, you get me with some bad lip-synced dubs, I'm there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Last round. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say in Sean's little 6 Degrees, he also did a lot of the music for Kill Bill, which goes back to all that real funky, that's where he got his inspiration for doing that movie.
Yeah. Where who got his inspiration for doing that movie? Tarantino?
Tarantino. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dude, those movies are a love letter to the classic kung fu flicks.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. He was also in Ghost Dog too, which was RZA was.
Yeah.
He actually had a little cameo in it.
That's what I'm going to ask next time I call Tom's shop and he answers the phone with his Bluetooth in your ear. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
If you want to fight me.
Yes.
You didn't see that I actually did bad lip sync dubbing as I said.
I know you were swinging some invisible sword too. Okay, Tommy, this is the mind blower pick. You promised us we were going to be blown away.
The greatest of all.
I don't know about that, but
all right, we're ready.
Pretty solid.
So growing up, one of my favorite series of books was the Elric of Melonbone series by Michael Moorcock. In that,
we've heard you talk about Moorcock before, Tom. Go on.
Yeah, that was almost my name. But then they saw it.
Then they saw you when you came out and they were like, oh no, it should be Michael Less Penis.
Michael Micropenis.
Yeah. Micro Birch.
And it turned into a roast just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically this series of books, Elric is this albino, and he is like a paladin of balance. He's one of the eternal champions. And basically he has a sword, Stormbringer, and basically it sucks your soul out, right? So it's pretty bad. Not only does he kill you, but he takes your soul. And it gives him powers and different stuff. It's actually really cool. And so
it helps keep him alive.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
He's a sickly one.
Gotcha. Feeding off other souls. Kind of?
Yeah, it's pretty dark. And
okay.
Yeah, it is.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he have another sword at a different time?
Dude, I believe so.
I think there was another sword he had, but I haven't read those in so long. It's a long time. Basically, this band, this group that we're going to talk about, would you say this is fan art? Right, Sean? Kind of?
Possibly. I mean, they probably paid somebody for it.
Well, I'm talking about the group Domain. It's an Italian group.
Okay.
And their album covers are pretty awesome also.
Yes, they are. They are solid.
But basically the whole, like they have, if you go on Apple Music, they've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pretty epic albums about Elric and basically the sword Stormbringer, and they're all really good. But the one I'm gonna choose is the Bearer of the Black Sword. And I'm gonna send you the lyrics right here. So this is kind of a metal band like Sean picked.
Dude, they're new wave of traditional heavy metal.
It's kind of weird, right? It's I don't know. It's really good.
Oh, yeah, it's just solid hard rock. And it's not like black metal. It's not death metal. It's not anything that's like super fucking crazy aggressive heavy. It's just
Yeah,
good
it's like they're
hard
singing
rock and
opera
music.
with metal almost.
Yeah. Dude's got a voice.
Yeah, he's got like a Dio-like voice,
Yeah,
dare I say.
very.
And take that as the, fucking compliment it should be taken.
Yeah.
And like I sent you the lyrics. The lyrics are pretty badass. He's like riding all over the world in search for the signs. With fear they call me the white wolf with crimson eyes. A sword that will shine with my bone white face in the moonlight. Bounded by hell-forged chains, I am one with the sword. Yeah, this song actually rocks. And what's crazy is most of these songs that they do are they're like 6 or 7 minutes, and there's not enough lyrics to make 6 or 7 minutes. So it's a lot of just like playing, and yeah, really good. I enjoy this. So anyways,
What is that instrument that's at the beginning? Is it like an acoustic guitar? Or like it sounds almost more like not a mandolin, but like the whole first couple minutes of that song is like more like a traditional instrument.
it almost sounds like is it a piano almost? Not a piano.
Like an auto harp or something. It's something weird.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, when it kicks in, total throwback metal. I like that.
I would highly recommend checking them out if you haven't heard of them before. That's it. That's mine.
That's a really cool pick, man.
Third pick.
Yeah.
Their album art is really cool too.
Yeah, you're right. I've never heard of that band. I'm almost wondering if that's pronounced Domine.
Maybe.
I would bet it is
Dominus.
Domine. Since
Well, they are
Italian, especially.
Italian.
Yeah. Very interesting. 2001.
Do you think Moorcock likes the type of music?
I'm guessing he probably does not.
But I don't know. I mean,
He might.
Maybe.
It wouldn't
that'd be really
surprise me.
awesome if like you wrote a book or series and stuff, and someone like that made music that you really enjoyed that you can like pop in and fucking rock out on your way to wherever he goes.
Well, if
Or
you,
it'd be
if
like
you
someone doing a country song about one of my knives, I'd be like, fuck, I appreciate it, but fuck.
if you've read the books, I mean, there's some pretty wild songs. Like let's see, there's one about the boat. You know what I'm talking about, Sean? The Ship of the Lost Souls.
The Weird of the White Wolf.
Yeah, that it's in that book. It's the Ship of the Lost Souls, and there's a song on that, and it's like there's all sorts of songs that are like a specific parts of the books. It's kind of a crazy thing.
So he might be into this.
He liked to party, from what I understand reading about him.
Interesting.
How did you come to find this band, Tom?
Just random popped up on my Apple Music one day. I was searching Flight of the Valkyries, and this popped up.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of a random. I sometimes, like when I'm reading books and they're talking about music, I'll pull that up and play it, like pause the books and listen to the music. And Flight of the Valkyries was mentioned in something, and I searched it up and was listening to different versions, and I think this band came up. I think they probably have a Flight of the Valkyries song.
Huh.
And I was like, and then I started looking at the album art and looking at some of the titles, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is Elric fan art music basically. And just went down the rabbit hole.
Here you
Okay,
go.
so when you said fan art, yeah, now the music itself would be considered fan art. I thought you meant the album cover was just some fan art. And I was
No,
like,
I mean
dude,
the
that
music.
album cover's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, but the music is what I mean is like fan art. Like this whole
Yeah.
they're making music, which I consider art, about this guy's whole series of books. It kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, which are based on the Eternal Champions.
Correct. And it's not only that, but it's pretty badass. It's actually really good. Some fan art not so good.
Yeah, dude, when you sent it to me, I immediately started listening. I was like, oh, yeah, this is some, good stuff.
Yeah. 100% Tom has talked about Moorcock, because we've talked about that before, and Elric. Maybe even in one of the... Maybe you took your inspiration for the Mall Ninja episode from some of that guy's stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it before.
Now, we've mentioned it at least on 2 other occasions.
Yeah.
I can't remember specifics, but I know we've talked about Elric.
There
But
you
we
go.
didn't talk about the music.
We did not.
Exactly.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Good job. Talma's looking in this. If you like that, well, then you might really like this. And the first thing into Tom's head was Moorcock.
Sign me up.
I am in, he said. The fact that Birch is keeping quiet makes me believe he's muted himself. Okay, let's... he's maybe too busy laughing. All right, round 3. Sean might double dip because Michael's supposed to be last in round 3. He's supposed to be the grand crescendo at the end of this thing, but
This is round 3.
I know, but Michael's supposed to be last. He's supposed to like really put the
It's gonna close it out with the notation knife.
finishing touch. Yeah,
Couldn't
right.
do it somehow.
Sean's got 2, and then we got extras.
Yeah, you guys will fill in for me.
All right, Sean, you're up.
I got you, baby. All right. So to follow on Tom having the song or albums about Elric there, I'm sending you guys this link to the YouTube vid for the song Ilion of Garethorn by the band Smolder. And Ilion of Garethorn is also a bearer of the sword Stormbringer, because down through the ages there have been what are called the Eternal Champions, and they're there to make sure that basically the universe and the galaxy is safe from evil. And Ilion of Garethorn is one of the few champions that was a female.
Oh, wow.
And seriously, take a second to listen. This is a female lead vocalist here, and her voice is fucking spectacular.
Smolder is the name of the band?
Yeah, Smolder. They're Canadian, so I guess they spell it.
Oh, yeah. Copping that British U.
Smouter.
Smolder.
Look at that cover. It's another, not Frazetta, but
It's Frazetta X.
yeah, there's a little Frazetta in there.
It's got that flavor.
It's kind
I
of colorful
savor.
for,
A little cartoony-ish.
yeah.
Frazetta.
Yeah, but it's got the movement and the action and
Yeah.
the implications of mayhem and
So that's, you'd think on the cover, that's her with the Stormbringer sword.
yeah.
Nice.
Because it smokes.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly. Very nice.
As it should.
So I know nothing about this mythology. So this is like a multi-generational sword.
Yeah. It's kind of, it was there before and it will be there after.
Gotcha.
And the sword is kind of evil.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very evil.
Okay.
But the paladins use it to do good or evil, depending. I mean,
Yeah, depending on their inclination.
basically, if things are going too good, they bring the evil back, and if it's too
Correct
evil,
things.
they bring the good. It's like a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is its function always to take souls?
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
does.
it eats them. It feeds itself. That's where it gets its
gotcha.
power from.
I see.
It's got to be fed, and it'll try to steer you to feed it.
Yeah, it's evil.
Interesting. Oh man, she is fucking belting it out.
Dude, right?
She's got extremely powerful female voice. Is that she almost has like a female tenor voice or something. Like it's not a real high voice.
No.
I expected her to go way high, and she doesn't. Well, little blip here and there, but fantastic. This album name is fantastic too. Times of Obscene Evil and Wild Daring.
Yeah, and dude, the cool thing about this, solid album, beginning to end, great instrumentation, fantastic vocal performance, and the second song, I haven't been able to find anything to confirm my suspicion, but I'm pretty sure the song after this song it's called The Sword Woman, and I'm pretty sure it's about Red Sonja.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was Red Sonja.
And it's fantastic. God damn, is it good.
Huh.
Well, it's like the next song is Bastard Steel.
Yeah.
It's like...
Oh, yeah, we could have kept rolling with this album and I could have used it for all of my picks.
Well, and if you look at Smolder's other albums, their album art is awesome. Like all the way across.
The newest release, shit. What is the name of that album? Has one of the best album covers.
Violent Creed of Vengeance.
Violent Creed of Vengeance. Yeah, that album cover is just
that's
fucking
really
phenomenal.
Epic. Yeah, on the ship, and yeah, I love that. But yeah, the Talisman and the Blade, I mean, they all have... I'll be listening to some of this tomorrow.
You and me both, buddy. And Mark just sent a picture of the singer with a sword on stage.
Yeah. Tommy, have you heard of this band before?
I hadn't. But yeah, more fan art, it looks like. I really dig this part of, I really like this genre.
Man, there's a channel on YouTube called The New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal. I follow them. They put up new stuff almost every day. Man, not everything is a smash, but there's some wheat in all of that chaff too.
Right.
If you look them up on Wikipedia, there are genres they list are power metal. You can hear that. Epic doom metal. Maybe. It's a little more fantasy than doomy to me, but maybe they're
dude, I don't know where
vein.
they're coming with the doom thing there. Yeah. It's not doomy. And
then the whole new wave of traditional heavy metal.
Well, I love how that song that Sean shared started out. It's like...
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. There's actually an EP from them called The Sword Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a solid EP, and it has the song The Sword Woman on it. It's a little bit of a different arrangement. Well, I wouldn't say arrangement. A different production quality.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like maybe their first thing they did, at least discography-wise, according to the unreliable world of Wikipedia. Sarah Ann Kitteringham is her name, the lead singer. Very interesting. Well, there you go. 2 bands I never heard of before, but that I will definitely check out. Yeah, Tom really likes this Eternal Champion deal.
It's pretty interesting.
Is that like a shared mythology, or is that really a Moorcock thing?
Correct.
Dude, it's his own thing, and he was one of the first authors to really touch on a multiverse in his work.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be one paladin in every universe.
Okay.
And this is a story of all of them. And then there's some other people that have kind of continued the Eternal Champion type thing, but yeah, Moorcock.
Interesting.
It was interesting.
He was ahead of his time.
For the time, way ahead. If you haven't read the books, I recommend them.
Yeah,
listen to the music, read the books.
When did he write them?
These were
60s?
I was reading them I was reading them in the early 80s. So yeah.
1964, the first one. Check that out.
And I found a whole other series that wasn't really released here in the U.S. much, and I haven't read them all yet, but I bought them. They were like a European release. Are you familiar with that, Sean? Like the Bull and some of the other books?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't read them, but I know what you're talking about. I'm familiar.
I bought them all, and I need to read them, but I just haven't
Hey, who's got the time?
Right. Someday.
Very interesting. You know who I'm 100% sure is very hip to all this is a guy we've talked about having on. Tommy's got to go grab him. Tom Merringer.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he's all about this.
Maybe. I'm going to say I'm going to give it a maybe.
Okay.
And here's why. He's super into Lord of the Rings, but I think once you're into Lord of the Rings, you're like
Exclusive.
dive way deep. It seems like almost, right?
Yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so.
He definitely wasn't into any of the modern fictional writers that I was listening to back in the day when we'd talk.
Okay.
What was the one that was on HBO, that series?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. He hates Game of Thrones, or did.
He sure did good with their stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of them think that it was derivative of Tolkien stuff. Like Shannara was very, they said it came from that, which I enjoyed the shit out of, but I had no idea I was a kid.
Right. Sword of Shannara was great. Elf Stones.
All right. So we have our 3 rounds done. Sean, did you have, some people who didn't actually have a third pick? Did you have another one?
Because of me, I'll take up the slack.
I got an extra 2.
All right.
I've got 2 extra, and actually this makes it easier on me because I didn't want to leave this one out. Right. And I think you'll really enjoy the beginning guitar work on this one, Mark.
Okay.
So this is a song called Razor Sharp by a band called Morgulblade, Morgul.
Oh, wow.
And dude, just solid metal. Got a little bit of a thrashy vibe, a little bit of a growly vocal, a little harsh vocalage, but very enjoyable. Heavy stuff. And I enjoy these guys thoroughly.
Oh, yeah. Doubled harmonized guitars. I love that.
Yeah. Dude, I thought you would be all about
I'm totally a sucker for that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the band I like that does that is the Fucking Champs. The Fucking Champs do that. That's like their specialty, is the whole harmonized guitar. And I'm not actually sure they have a bass player. I think they have like 2 guitars, and on some of the songs, it's just 2 guitars. But they do that really, really, every single song is that super harmonized guitar thing.
This is Lord of the Rings fan art.
Yeah. Not all of their songs are Lord of the Rings, but a lot of them are.
Yeah, this one is for sure.
They've got another. Well, this song, Razor Sharp, is actually about the Crusades.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, the lyrics go super hard. Razor sharp, the blade you face alone. Razor sharp, cleaving meat and bone. Razor sharp, pointed edge of doom. They came with crosses and left with puncture wounds.
Mm-hmm. It's very Sean.
Forgotten names and shallow graves. Messiah turned to cinder, hacked to pieces and left to rot in their promised land.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very Sean.
And then
not very pro Crusader.
Yeah. They got another pirate song called Beneath the Black Sails, and there's a line in it, and it says, "A cutlass slice from ear to ear, our enemies' reward, would be heroes thrown to the ills, forsaken by their gods."
Nice.
Dude, the cutlass slice from ear to ear, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Give them that smiley on their neck.
Right. Very, 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 very Knives in music. Morgulblade. This album, the album title is Heavy Metal Wraiths. Is that the name of it?
Heavy Metal Wraiths, and it's their second album. Their first album, also really good, but I don't think it really holds a candle to this album. They really found themselves on this one, and it just tears ass from beginning to end.
Nice.
Although on their first album, there's a song called The Last Waltz of Gévaudan, and it's basically like a French werewolf song, and it's excellent. Fuck, it's good. And there's actually a video for it that's done in the 8-bit Nintendo style.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
This, yeah.
They got a song called Spider God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
killed them.
I'm listening to that song that you talked about, Sean, Beneath the Black Sails, or maybe Tom talked about, somebody talked about a pirate song.
That was
Oh, Sean.
Yeah, like you said, kind of a growly vocal.
Yeah, I mean, the enunciation's still there. You can make out a lot of his lyrics.
Man, that's got to hurt a dude after a while.
Man, give him a pack of fucking Camel menthol.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Have to check them out. Look, I got a whole list of stuff to listen to. Very nice. Excellent, super on-topic pick. Band name, track name, lyrics.
It hits on all cylinders.
Nose to tail. All right. Tom, you want to hit your backup pick?
Yeah, so I'm going to give a shout out to Molly Hatchet.
Oh, yeah.
Their fan art or their album covers, it's worth a mention right there, period.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a fan of Frank, I just had a brain fart. Frazetta.
Frank Frazetta.
Yeah.
Frank Frazetta. He did most of their album art, I think, right?
Yeah, at least two.
Some of
them.
Yeah. Did he do the Flirting with Disaster cover? Oh, yeah. Frazetta, 1976, right there. Nice. That song was just so popular, right? Great song.
Yeah, I love. They've got a couple compilation albums, and the 1990 Greatest Hits is one of my favorites. And yeah, Follow the Peacemakers,
Nice.
Edge of Sundown, those are great songs. But the album art on all of their albums is fantastic. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that.
Right. There's lots of swords and axes in Molly Hatchet.
Which is appropriate.
Yep.
What else you got, Sean?
This one doesn't really have a blade per se, but they hit on that high fantasy thing. So this band is called High Council. And the song I'm going to send to you guys is called Routed in the Woods by Eldlings and Brackengard. And man, it goes hard. It is solid. Starts out really clean acoustic guitar opening, and basically the music kind of follows what's going on with the song, because the song is about these guys and they're escorting royalty and they get attacked in this wood and they are just straight up getting their asses handed to them. But eventually, like, some big champion comes to help them, and the song transitions into his part and it gets brighter, and it's just a really, really well done song. And while there are no swords, there's plenty of fantasy combat. I guess you can say they mention a spear through the eye. So there's a blade on a spear. And then the champion mentions he carries a maul.
It's interesting. The album art, it looks like he's carrying a sword.
Yes, a sword and an RPG.
An RPG, I was going to say. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the album art, he's on the bow of a Viking longship. He's got a sword with like smoke and lightning. He looks a little bit like the Kurgan.
Yeah.
And he's got an RPG with a bandolier and
Like science
one
fiction
armored
armor
arm and
almost.
one tattooed arm and
Spikes
And an
on his
RPG.
helmet.
an RPG, by God.
Man,
Because you know what demons hate? RPG.
That's right. No quicker way to dispatch a demon than an RPG.
RPGs, my one weakness. How
Right.
did they know?
This dude has the vocal range. Holy shit.
Right?
Woof.
Man, when he wants to get on it, he fucking gets on it.
Yeah. When he hit that first high note, I'm like, oh, damn. Clutch my pearls, son. Listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I'm going to get out my tuner and check what note that is. That is out there. Very good. I like it.
Again, I mean, they do a real good job of conveying the chaos that's going on, and then the hope of when the champion is arriving to help them.
This band has a bunch of the same kind of album art, don't they? Or at least a few.
Yeah. Seems to me like maybe they got a buddy who's doing their album art.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very interesting. Huh. All right, I like it. All right, fellas, you got anything else you want to hit on before we wrap this thing up?
No, that was a funner episode than I thought it was going to be when the assignment was given.
There you go.
But now I will mea culpa to Michael. I'm sorry that I dropped the ball on your end.
Oh, it just made me get lazy. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well then, hey, all's well that ends well.
Oh boy.
And Sean, you didn't fail. I kind of thought you were going to be the star here, and you were. So
Yeah, totally.
good choices by everyone, but yeah, you brought some epic stuff. I got some homework.
Got pretty wild. I just sat back and started listening.
Yep.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, very fun. Excellent topic, Sean. I liked it.
Dude, I just wanted to talk about all the nerd metal I've been listening to, really. And I like talking to you guys about the shit I enjoy. So
Yeah.
why not make an episode of it?
Hey, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Knives and movies, knives and music. We're doing what we want to do. That's what we said we were going to do at the beginning from this thing. So I dig it. All right, fellas, if you guys don't have anything else, we should wrap her up. We will say thanks again to our friends on Patreon. We appreciate your support. Thanks for sticking with us, keeping the lights on, keeping things in motion, and to all of our sponsors, Paladin 33, Arizona Custom Knives, the Pacific Northwest Custom Invitational, and Giant Mouse. We appreciate all you guys for your support. And I think that's it. We got to
come hang out with me and Mark.
Yeah. I just booked I think I finally booked the last piece of my travel, Tom. We're going to go to the show first. So we're going to fly into Seattle, rent a car, drive down, stay in Seaside for 2 or 3 nights for the show and the night after, and then head back to Seattle and spend a week in Seattle. That's the plan.
I head out Sunday.
Yep.
Drive to Luke's, get there by Monday. Tuesday, we're driving to Billy's. Wednesday and Thursday, we're doing a class. We're building AKs.
Oh, fun.
Oh, dude, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah. Billy's.
What sort of build are you doing?
Well, I've got 2 parts kits. So I definitely am doing 7.62x39s. And I'm going to do a full auto crank style, I think. Oof. And then more of a classic, rifle. Probably I think I'm going to do a modern take with the quad rail and some of that cool stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
So
awesome.
Haven't finalized everything yet, but I definitely want a full auto crank.
Who doesn't?
Right?
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Billy's hooking me up. He's a man.
There you go. Sounds like a fine time. And your wife's driving home with you?
Nope. She decided not to.
Oh!
So Sunday, I'm heading down to California. I'm going to go see Chris Crow.
Yeah.
And then I'm heading home. I'm making a little loop. Yeah.
There's a name we haven't talked about in a while.
No.
Yeah.
So
I'll be interested to hear how he's doing.
I talked to him quite a bit. He's doing good.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Kids are getting
I think it's going to be a fun trip.
Yeah. Sounds wonderful. All right. Thanks again to our patrons and our sponsors. And
You guys rock.
We got a fun interview coming up here real quick. A couple of them, I think. And we'll keep bringing them your way. We're going to try to stay on a schedule. We've been good so far, so we got to just stick with the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you guys.
That's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, folks. Hope you enjoyed.
I think so.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine in his Facebook group, Crine Knives, or on Instagram @Crine Knives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram @birchtreeblades. For my own projects, I'm on the web at raygundivision.com, or check my personal Instagram @msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or discussion about the show itself, you can always find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram @markofthemaker. Last but not least, credit for the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show. This is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack, found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. And as always, thanks for listening.